I'm here today to defend the honor of Harvest Moon: A Light of Hope. But before I do that, I also have to hate on it a little bit. In today's review, I'm going to split it into 4 parts. We have the bad, the mixed bag, the good, and then my final opinion. Starting with the bad things about this game, the first bad thing, I feel like I don't even have to say it, it's that the graphics are not the greatest. I really don't know who thought that it would be a good idea to have these 3D models and then these 2D backgrounds that are super flat. Like, it's not like maybe Resident Evil 2 or that era where it was like they kind of tried to trick you into thinking it was a 3D environment. No, this game, they just give it to you. It's a straight up flat background and then your character is a 3D model and it just never stops looking weird. The only other thing that I'm going to put firmly in the bad category is the sound, like the music, the sound effects, everything. It just feels really cheap, and like the music is going to get on your nerves probably. In the next category, we have things that are kind of good but also kind of bad, and the first thing that I want to put in this category is the hybrid crops. If you haven't played a new Harvest Moon game, the Harvest Moon that's developed by Natsume and not the original developers, then you might not even know about these hybrid crops that they do. But for some reason, the developers of the new Harvest Moon games, they love these hybrid crop things, which is where when you grow a crop, there's a chance that it will transform into a different crop. So you see here I had cabbages, but then when I went to harvest them, they became red cabbages. In theory, this is kind of cool, and it is kind of fun, but it's also not very good because also in the Harvest Moon games, they love having you complete quests where it's like the villager will send you a letter in the mail, and then when you read it, they want you to give them 5 cabbages. Okay, so imagine you go to the store, you get 10 seeds for cabbages, you plant them, and then 6 of them end up turning into red cabbages. Now what are you going to do? Now you're going to have to go back to the store, get more seeds, plant them again, and then hope that they don't transform. The second thing that I'm going to put in this mixed bag category is the dating aspect. On the one hand, there are some things that I like about it. The characters are cool, it's fun meeting the new people, and there's a lot of variety in terms of who you want to marry. The 2 downsides are that number 1, there's no same gender marriage, so if you pick the female farmer, then you can marry the guys, otherwise you can't. And then the other bad thing is that it's so difficult to get married because you have to do so much before you can actually get married. I really don't know why Light of Hope and One World, both of these Harvest Moon games, they make getting married so difficult. You can't do it till very late in the game, and then getting married, you have to like do all these extra things, like you have to get certain items that are not really super easy to get before you can get married. Like, come on, let us get married a bit earlier in the game. Okay, the last category we have is the good category. These are the things that I think the game does really well. The first thing that this game does really well is the actual farming aspect of it. And actually, this is why I got the game, is because I was watching somebody else review this game, and I thought, oh, the farming aspect of it actually looks kind of fun. And it really is. Like the planting your crops, everything goes really smoothly. In this game, you don't have to go through and pick out your tools. When you push A, it'll just automatically choose the tool that you should be using. And if you're planting seeds, it'll let you like swipe through and choose the seed that you want to use. The other thing that I like about this game is that you slowly have to rebuild the town. After you gather the resources and you have enough money to repair it, then that villager will come back and start living in the town with you. I really like this aspect of the game, and I think it's done better than in other games like, say, Pioneers of Olivetown. I think in Olivetown, like, they tried to do it, but the way they implemented it wasn't very good at all. But in this game, you really feel good when you get the required resources, you repair it, and then there's somebody new in the town. I really like that aspect, and actually, I'd like to see other games in the series also do that. The final score that I would give this game is a 7 out of 10. I think no matter what way you cut it, like, it's just really average. Like, it's not really that bad, but it's also not really great. So I would never tell anybody, oh yeah, you gotta get this game, it's amazing. But I also would never be like, oh, it's the worst Harvest Moon game ever, it's the worst farming sim ever. Nah, I've played worse than this. If I had bought this game for like $60, then I probably would be upset. But this is how much it is for the complete edition on Amazon right now. It's less than $20 for the game, and then this version, it includes all the DLC. So I feel like if it's only less than $20, like you might as well just give it a try. So today you can let me know in the comments, did you play this game? And if you did, what'd you think of it? And if you haven't played it, are you considering getting it? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.